Scientific advisors have warned the British government the infection rate is creeping up and could be close to a point where coronavirus spreads again. If the so-called R number goes any higher, a gradual easing of lockdown restrictions may need to be reversed.
Disagreements over schools returning. Some people back to work, but others not. Sport still stopped. Holidays on hold. And yet London, England, heading to green and open spaces in its first weekend with some lockdown easing. Today, the government announced the R rate had gone up. The number Boris Johnson has said time and again will dictate the pace of lifting of the lockdown. Not that the government medical advisors wanted to draw attention to it at the press conference.
We want to keep this below 1. The R is the average number of additional people infected. So while it's a pandemic, an epidemic in this country will stay flat. If it goes above that number, we will start to see an increasing number of cases and we may experience a second peak. So it's really important.
Little apparent concern that that rate of R might mean that transmission of coronavirus cases might not actually be reducing.
Given our lives are determined by the R rate, why do you collectively appear quite relaxed that the R rate is up today?
R is a very standard way of looking and comparing what's happening, and it's a really important measure. But the real outcome that we're looking for is a reduction in number of cases and getting rid of the epidemic in the UK. So that is our focus, not R. R is a representation of what is happening in that fight.
This is a health question, but also a political one too, since the rate is rising just as Boris Johnson is letting out the English from lockdown this weekend.
It does look strange that on the day that the R rate is published and is going up, you're about to head into a weekend where, in England at least, lots of people are going to go out on long journeys and enjoy the countryside. Are you absolutely confident that that's the right decision?
Well, we set out the 5 tests in advance, and one of the tests is that R isn't above 1. But everybody can play their part in keeping R below 1 and pushing R down. And you can do that by following the social distancing rules.
In England, you can go where you want, but Wales is empty because non-essential travel is banned by the Welsh government. Even English mayors worry about whether government data can be specific enough to help them.
If you're using a single metric, like the R number, as to when you relax lockdown or tighten it, you can't use a whole country's R number because it varies wildly from region to region.
Freedom for some, a tantalising glimpse of a future. But the R goes up further and it could still be snatched away.